What's going on, guys? TTL here. Going to be going over my top 5 props for MLB today. Today is August 15th, 2025. Again, I'm trying to upload at least 5 videos a week. We've done 2 this week so far, so hopefully we can keep it up. Wanted to go ahead and mention, by the way, today is the last day to get VIP for 33% off using code AUG33 for August 33. AUG in all caps 33. That's over on the WAP. The link is in the description and in the pinned comment down below. And I mean, we've been crushing it. We cashed a ton yesterday. Been doing a ton of sportsbook plays as well as chalkboard underdog, all of those. So highly recommend it, guys. And let's get into the picks for today. Let me go ahead and pull up my props list on my second monitor. We have quite a few MLB props, as well as a few League of Legends and WNBA as well. We're going to give out MLB in this video, though. So let's go ahead and take a look. Starting off, we're going to go ahead and take a look at Lucas Giolito under 2.5 walks. Now, this is below an 0.8x. It's a 0.79x versus the Marlins. But this one's kind of like a free square. I'm absolutely loving this prop today. And when we head over to predictiveprofits.ai, use code TTL50 to get half off over here. This is a website that I personally created. And we have our filters set to have a 5% minimum projection difference between the odds and our projected hit rate. And then we have the minimum projected hit rate set to 60% so that we only have props that are very likely to hit. And after doing that, what I'm doing is I'm going to look up Lucas, and we can see it's minus 190 on sportsbooks right now. The under is projected to hit in 80.51% of games according to our data that we have, and it's currently a minus 190 on sportsbooks. Now, when we click on him, we can see he's against the Marlins. He doesn't have much data versus any of the Marlins batters other than Derek Hill, who has 3 at-bats, one strikeout, and 1 hit. He has a .333 OBP. And when we take a look, he's went under this in 4 out of his last 5, 8 of his last 10, and in 30 of 36 games this season, an 83.3% hit rate this season on the under for Lucas Giolito. I apologize if you guys hear any background noise. It seems like they decided to do the lawn right now. But we do have Lucas Giolito projected for 2.08 in today's matchup. So 2 walks. I don't think he's even going to do that. I think it's going to be closer to just 1 walk in this matchup. And we can see he's averaging 5.4 innings pitched per game. So I like this a lot. Again, I consider this one a free square, and that's why I'm willing to take it even at a 0.79x. Again, I apologize for the background noise. Hopefully it's not getting too loud. Next up, we're going to go ahead and take Giancarlo Stanton over 0.5 bases or 0.5 hits. It's basically the same exact prop over here. This is a 0.77x, and again is another one that I'm just loving today. So when we take a look at this, we can see it's actually minus 200 on sportsbooks, which explains the 0.77x over on underdog. And the over has a projected hit rate of, again, almost 80%, a 79.52%. When we click on him and take a look, we can see he's got a hit in 5 straight games. He's went over this in 8 of his last 10, and he's went over this in 33 of 43 games this season, a 76.7% hit rate on the over 0.5 hits. He's up against Palante pitching for the opposing team right now, and we can see Palante's averaging 3 earned runs allowed, 5.5 hits allowed per game, and 3 strikeouts, with an average of around 1 to 2 walks allowed per game. We do have Stanton getting a hit today, and I think, again, this is a pretty solid, easy to cash for us prop. Next up, we're going to take one that has a lot higher odds for the like the multiplier, and we're going to take Adael Amador under 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. This is a full payout. He's versus the Diamondbacks, and when we take a look at this one, we can see the under 1.5 is minus 130 on sportsbooks, which explains the full payout that we're getting on underdog. and the under has a projection of 76.7% as our projected hit rate. Now, when we take a look at this, we can see he's went under in 4 of his last 5. He's went under in 6 of his last 10, and he's went under in 30 of 37 games this season. An 81.1% hit rate on the under. He's against Brandon, who's averaging 3 earned runs allowed, 6 hits allowed, 4 strikeouts, and 1 walk allowed per game. And overall, I do think Adael's going to go under and that he's just going to get 1 hit today. And we kind of just have to hope he doesn't get a run or an RBI when he gets that hit and gets on base. So hopefully he can stay under the 1.5 today. I think he does, which is why I'm taking it, and which is why he has the 76.7% projected hit rate. Next up, we're going to go ahead and take Matt Olson to get a hit in today's matchup versus the Guardians. We can take a look at this. We can see it's a 0.78x, and when we take a look, we can see minus 200 odds on sports books, a 71.6% projected hit rate, and it seems like they're finally done with the lawn outside. I do apologize if you guys heard that, but we can see he's went over this in 4 of his last 5 games. He's went over this in 7 of his last 10. 86 of 120 games this season, a 71.7% hit rate. And we can see he's against Joey Cantillo, who is giving up 2 earned runs allowed, 4 hits allowed, averaging 5.5 strikeouts and 2.5 walks allowed per game. And we have Matt Olson projected for right at 1 hit on today's matchup. So let's go ahead and take Matt Olson over 0.5 hits, and let's round out our slip. There's a few props that I love that I can give away for this last one. We'll go ahead and just do Zack Wheeler, and we're gonna take his over 6.5. Okay, it looks like it got bumped up to 7.5 strikeouts, but we can just go over here. 6.5 got completely taken off. They knew that one was gonna be a banger, but you can actually still take Zack Wheeler over 7.5 strikeouts. I still like it at 7.5, and we'll go over the stats for everything here, but Zack Wheeler at 6.5 is minus 170 and has a projected hit rate of 77%. And when we take a look at the 6.5 number, he's went over in 4 of his last 5, 9 of his last 10, and in 19 of 23 games this season. But even at the 7.5 number, he's went over in 3 of his last 5. He's went over in 8 of his last 10, and he's went over in 65.2% this season, even at that 7.5 number. So we can see the Nationals batters have plenty of batters that actually have a large sample size against Zack Wheeler. We have Josh Bell, who's has a 23% strikeout rate. DeJong has a 43%, Garcia 20%, James Wood 60%, Abrams 29.2%, and we have him projected for 8 strikeouts in today's matchup, so just over that 7.5 line. So that's going to be our 5 props for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I apologize for all the background noise, but thank you guys. Hit that thumbs up button, and I'll see you guys in the next one.